Knew what he was doing. It's just like when Kelly asked Trump about the women question. You know, she knew it was a gotcha question. She fucking knew it was. And I like Fox News, but was Megyn Kelly in the right by asking that question? Fuck no. She was being a dick, and she should have never asked the damn question.
But she asked the question because of statements Trump had made in the past about women.
Listen,
he called them bimbos.
Everybody talks about stuff they've done in the past, you know. But what do they say about the past? They say, let the past bury the past. You know, keep the past in the past. You know, learn from it. You should learn from it because you don't want to repeat it later on down the road. But, you know, let the past stay in the past where it belongs. All right. You know, I mean, she knew. All right. Here's a man that literally broke the glass ceiling for women. All right. It's an absolute fact. It's an undisputed fact that Trump was hiring women in key level positions before any other company on this planet. Trump single-handedly broke the glass ceiling for women. And then Megyn Kelly gets on the fucking stage and has the balls to ask that fucking question to him? No, it was a gotcha question. She knew it was a gotcha question, and she did it fucking anyway because she wanted to be a bitch. Simple as that. And I like Fox News. I do. I like Fox News. But Megyn Kelly was being a bitch. She really was. She knew exactly what the fuck she was doing by asking that question. She wanted to get Trump in trouble. She wanted to make him hurt. And why? I do not know, because Trump bent over backwards to help women when other companies wouldn't. Even Trump's own father came against Trump when Trump tried to give women positions of power. Trump had to argue with his own old man over that shit because Trump's father did not want women to have positions of leadership in the company. And Trump said, no, I'm going to give it to him anyway. All right. And for Megyn Kelly to be an absolute bitch like she was totally uncalled for. Sorry, it was totally uncalled for. It's just like when this paraplegic reporter got up and asked his dumbass questions. He deserved to get called on the carpet for it. Paraplegic or not, that has nothing to do with that. The fact that he was special needs is irrelevant. The fact is he was being a dick. He knew he was being a dick. And he knew the questions he asked were gotcha questions, and he did it any fucking way. And Trump called him on the carpet for it. Excuse the fuck out of me. I would have done the same damn thing. Nobody is a bigger supporter for the infirm than I am. Nobody on the fucking planet. All right. But if somebody's going to get up there and have the stones to challenge me, I'm going to confront them on it. Sorry.
Now, I'm going to read you the Megyn Kelly question that she asked. And I think that you will agree that it wasn't that bad of a question. Mr. Trump, one of the things people love about you is you speak your mind and you don't use a politician's filter. However, that is not without its downsides, in particular when it comes to women. You've called women you don't like fat pigs, dogs, slobs, and disgusting animals. And that's when he went on and said, the only person I've ever called fat was Rosie O'Donnell. And then he went on to say that in a post-interview that Megyn Kelly was seething, she had blood coming out of her eyes, and leading to, the only reason she asked that question was because she was menstruating. So that the question she asked wasn't one that should have set him off the way it did. He got pissed off because she asked the question. Why do you call people fat pigs, dogs, and slobs when they're women?
Yes,
now, I agree with you 100%.
Now wait a minute. What was her inference in asking that question? Her inference in asking that question is that he's a male chauvinist pig, which he is not. Okay, that was the whole point. The point is she was trying to portray Donald Trump as a male chauvinist pig, and he's anything but a male chauvinist pig. Trump, like I said, Trump has put more women in leadership positions than any other company on the planet, bar none. Okay, that is a fact. That is an established fact. There is no question about it. All right, and for her to imply that Trump is a male chauvinist pig after all the shit that he's done to help women is insulting at minimum.
Well, help select women.
I'm sorry, I don't blame Trump one bit for getting on her ass about that. You notice how long it took Trump to get over this shit? Months. He was that pissed. He was that pissed that it took him months before he was even willing to talk about her, let alone have another interview with her. He just recently agreed to an interview with her not that long ago. Why? Because he was pissed off. All right. Imagine. Okay. Let me bring it to myself. All right. You know, I get on this internet after what I've done in the army and what I've done for the government to help people during the Cold War. I'll get on this internet and people will sit there and call me a fucking valor thief. They'll call me a reject. They'll say I got kicked out of the army and shit, which I obviously didn't do. But they'll say that shit after all the shit that me and my team did during the Cold War to keep these people from speaking fucking Russian and bowing their ass to communism. They'll sit there and get on the internet and call me all kinds of shit. All right. Do you think I want to have anything to do with people that talk to me that way? Fuck no. No way. They don't know what I've done. They don't know what I've done for the government. They don't know what I've done to keep their ass free. And they never will. Because the Cold War is a unique situation. The Cold War, there wasn't really many bullets flying around, okay? Cold War was a psychological war, okay? More or less. There was some fighting, but it was mostly a psychological war. And so, you know, a lot of people say, well, you know, since there wasn't many bullets flying, that it ain't a legit war and shit, you know, which that's not true either. It was. I mean, there was always that chance that we could have went into full-blown World War III at any time. All right. But the point is that me and my team and people like me and groups like our team during the Cold War did everything in our power to stop communism and to prevent the spread of it and to prevent people from ending up under tyranny. And I get on the internet and I get talked to like I'm a fucking dog. So do you think I'm going to want to associate with those people? Fuck no. I ain't going to want nothing to do with them son of a bitches.
Right, but there's a difference between you and Donald Trump on national television in front of a live mic running for president and saying the things that he says. I ran for president
as a write-in candidate.
But you weren't on a stage with a live mic.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. My opinions are out there for everybody to see. I've not hid anything. And I don't intend to hide anything either. I got news for you. I got no intentions of hiding anything. You know, but I'm not gonna sit there and deny Trump his right to vent his frustration at people that talk shit about him. You know, that's his right. He has a right to rebuttal against these people that want to talk shit about him when he's done everything in his power to help women succeed. You know,
I mean, what if he gets a slight from another world leader and he takes it to heart the same that he did with Megyn Kelly? Wouldn't that mean he's not a very composed person?
What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that?
Well, I mean there could be a lot wrong with it.
Now, wait a minute. If he goes to Putin and wants to make an agreement with Putin about a thing, whatever that thing may be, it doesn't have to be anything military. It can be, you know, it can be some kind of economic thing. Let's say Trump goes to Putin and says, hey, I want to make a trade deal with Russia where that we will give you food in exchange for steel or whatever. Let's say, you know, I'm just throwing something random out here. All right. And halfway through the agreement, Putin disses him. Putin reneges on the agreement or slights the agreement or whatever it happened to be. All right. And Trump says, okay, fuck, you're cut off. What's wrong with that? How is that a bad thing? I mean, look at all the shitty deals that America has gotten over the last, 20 years or so, 30 years or so. Okay, why is it not a good thing to say, hey, all right, you screwed us, fuck you, you're cut off? Why is that a bad thing? Why would that ever be a bad thing?
If that's all it was, I don't disagree. But I don't think that's what Trump would do. I think Trump would get on his plane, come back home, and then talk shit about Putin, which would further escalate the situation to degrees that are well outside the realm of Trump's understanding.
I don't think so.
Because he let a man with a disability get under his skin so much, he made fun of him on national television. He let a woman's question upset him so much, like you said, it took him months to get over it.
Yeah.
He has such thin skin that's why I don't think he's fit for any foreign policy at all.
Well, you know, I don't know. We'll have to see, but I'm not too worried about it. I'm not too worried about it at all. You know, maybe some people are, but I'm not the least bit worried about it. I'm just not. Just not. Let me see if I can get this person here. Okay. It's not going to fucking let me. I'm not the least bit worried about it.
Okay.
Sorry, above the limits, but it won't let me add you for some crazy fucked up reason. Let me try this. I'll try this one. Let's see here.
While you're doing that, we've known each other, like I said in that Facebook comment, going on 10 years.
Yeah, something on there, yeah.
I mean, I've been friends with you through good times. I've been friends with you through the CPS bullshit, the bad times. You know my sexual orientation.
Yep.
And for people like me, there's no way that we could ever, even if what Trump was saying made actual sense, there's no way that we can vote for Trump after he said that he's going to repeal marriage equality rights, and he picked Mike Pence as his VP running mate, who passed a law in Indiana that not only told businesses that they didn't have to hire people who were gay, they said that they also did not have to serve them in their restaurants or places of business. And to me, that's the shittiest thing that anybody could possibly do in 2015-16.
Well, I am on record saying that he should have never fucking voted for, picked a career politician as his fucking running mate. Never. I'm on record for that shit. So, you know.
Now, one thing I will say about Trump that I do like, and it's evident at his campaign stops that he's made at Christian universities, he's an atheist. When he was pronouncing and trying to read books from the Bible, he was mispronouncing Corinthians, and it was a funny moment for me to watch, because you could tell that man hadn't stepped foot in the church since he was a child. But, you know.
Well, and Candy just started at iBlog. Son of a bitch. Oh, well. Dude, you know, listen, like I said, I am on record. I did not want him picking Pence at all. No fucking way. Not sure why he did that shit. It almost makes me think that it's just, I don't know, it just seems like.
I believe he's the biggest ringer in all of ringers.
I think he's fucked us over. Yeah, I think it's possible. I think it's entirely possible that we may have got screwed over. I hate to say that because I really, really, really was hoping we'd get a real American this time, but it looks like, you know, with his picking of a career politician, I mean, after I've posted on his own fucking Twitter, and I know he watches his Twitter feed because he fucking replies to people. Okay, but, you know, yet, you know, after all the times I warned this guy, that's not the point. That's not the fucking point. He is the president of the Senate, all right? Well, if you want to pass a law, doesn't it have to go through the fucking Senate? Yeah. So is Trump going to get anything passed at all? No, because Pence ain't going to let it get passed. The vice president is the president of the Senate. He must approve any law going through the Senate. He must approve it. All right? So is Trump going to be able to pass any laws? No. No, he's not. Because his own VP is going to be against him. In fact, I suspect that they're going to assassinate Trump to put Pence in, because Pence is a fucking globalist. He is a fucking shill for Rockefeller and Rothschild, and they'll put his happy ass in as president and kill Trump. And I warned Trump about that shit, and I got fucking ignored. So,
and
you know
for
what?
that very reason,
when he fucking gets assassinated and Pence ends up in the fucking White House, then I guess I'll be proven right, won't I?
And for that very reason, Pence being a bullet away or a heart attack away from president, I cannot support that presidency because Mike Pence is the most.
Well, we have here just another example of where von Helton's prophecy went awry, where he was wrong, where he was totally wrong, where he was wrong.
No, but the thing of it is, you know damn well that the Democrat Party was taken over by the socialists and communists. The Socialist Party president even said so publicly.
I'm not necessarily afraid of the socialism part because I personally am socialist on a lot of areas. You're socialist on a lot of areas.
No, I'm not.
Do you think that a person should have to pay insurance for the fire department to come put a fire out at their private residence?
No.
Do you think you should have to pay insurance to have the police come if you call them because you're getting robbed?
No.
Do you think the military members should have to pay for their own weapons and gear?
No.
Okay, you're socialist on everything that I just said. Do you think that
right, but now wait a minute. Now wait a minute. The Constitution of the United States, the Constitution of the United States says that the government is responsible for those things. Okay? That's not necessarily being a socialist, and furthermore, that's not necessarily saying that the government is the only voice concerning those things, because there is a system of checks and balances in the country, okay, which, by the way, is not socialist. Socialism doesn't have checks and balances.
Well, socialism, the means of production is owned or governed by the government. It does have its checks and balances. It's just those things are paid for by taxes from the populace. I'm sure you would agree. I went to college. I've been paying my fucking college debt for going on to 2009, 2006. So the last 6-7 years, I've been paying back that shit. I still owe $42,000. I don't think anyone should have to go to college and pay that much money to get an education. And I know you agree with that.
I do agree with that, but that's beside the point. The reason I agree with that is not necessarily because I'm advocating a type of socialism. It's because that the student loan companies are as a Christian would say, they're of the fucking devil. They need to burn in hell.
Well, not just that, but education institutions are also that way. They have steadily increased their tuition and fees over the last 20 years to...
There's no whistleblowers, there's no checks and balances, there's no nothing to keep these colleges and universities in check, nothing.
And the reason why is because of our capitalism society, which allows the privatization of insurance, healthcare, and education.
No, because capitalism would say get some competition in there to drive the prices down, but there is no competition.
An example that I like to tell people about that. Let's say I own a gas station and you own a gas station right across from me, and the price that we pay per gallon of gas is 55 cents, and we're going to charge $1.99. You would think, because there's competition, that me and you are going to have different prices on our gasoline. But I challenge you to go anywhere in the closest town where there's gas stations on either side of the street. They're going to be within a couple of cents of each other. The reason why is because it doesn't work that way. Capitalism does not allow for the free market that people think it does. Another example, if you go and get health insurance with Blue Cross Blue Shield and you have a $2,000 deductible and $15 copay visits at your doctor's office and the cheap prescriptions, you're going to pay $350, just making these numbers up. If you go and get it with, who's another one? Aetna, I believe is one, or Cigna, I can't remember.
Yeah, Aetna.
It's going to be the exact same fucking price, plus or minus 5%. Because again, there is no competition because everyone has to have these things. When everyone has to have stuff, there cannot be a free market. It doesn't work.
All right, as a side issue, does anybody fucking know how to send a private message on the Google Plus page? Because I can't find any way to send a private message to anyone. And I know they exist because people have sent me private messages on Google Plus, but I can't figure out how to send a private message to somebody on Google Plus. How the fuck do you do it? I've tried to find it. I can't figure out how to do it.
On my, this won't help you because I'm on my phone, but in the top left of my phone, I have a arrow that it takes me to all of my friends and all the people that I've talked to recently, and then I can click on them and then just type a message. But I have no idea how it works, you know, on the computer.
Man, this is fucking nuts. Because I go to somebody's page, right, and I don't know how to send them a private message. There's nothing. The only thing, when you click on the arrow, all it says is mute or report. There's nothing to send a private message about, you know. And I've clicked the about, I've clicked posts, photos, videos, and even +1s, and there's no I don't see anything that allows me to oh, wait a minute. Let me see. Nope, that's just mute and report too. I thought maybe there was something up there at the top that allowed me to send a private message. And I know they exist because people have sent me private messages via Google Plus. So I don't get it. I don't understand why I ain't got nothing here that lets me do that. Or I can't find it one.
I believe I personally sent you one within the last week on Google
Yeah,
Plus.
well, that's what I'm saying. How in the fuck do you do it? Because I'm not seeing it on the page at all. I'm at somebody's page right now trying to find some way of sending them a private message so that they can get the link to the Hangout to get in. But I swear to God, I can't find anything that I can click on. So I guess I'll have to go to his YouTube page and send him a PM there because I can't find it on Google at all. Can't find it on Google at all. And I don't understand that. I do not understand that. Okay, now I'm at this guy's YouTube page and I can't find any way to send him a message there either. Holy fuck. I guess you're just shit out of luck, guy, because I'm not going to be able to send you a message. I tried. I definitely tried. Oops, what are we doing here? I don't want to do that. What am I doing? Okay, let's get rid of that. Go back to there. All right. Yep, I can't send you a link if I can't contact you, right? You know? Oh, well. Yeah, it's a shame we got these snipers out there coming in the rooms and kicking people out and shit. And that's not right. Ain't nothing I can do about that. Till Google fixes it, and it's an exploit in their software, so they're going to have to fix it. It'd be nice if Google would put out a press release saying that they fixed some of this shit that's wrong with it, like pegging my needles in the red on my CPU. But,
it's still doing that?
Oh, God, yeah. Yeah, it's still doing it. It's not as bad as it was, but it's still doing it. I don't know. They need to fix that shit. I know when I use other video editing software and video streaming software, don't peg my needles. Oh, Google Plus is the only one that pegs my needles in the red. Nobody else does. No one. Not Vaughn Live, not Blog TV, not Stickcam, nobody. Google Plus is the only live streaming video that pegs my needle in the red. They're the only ones. So it's got to be something wrong with them. Sorry, Bulldog. Ain't got no link for you, dude. I can't leave a message to you on YouTube or on Google Plus. And if I can't give you a private message, I can't give you the link because I'm not going to post it publicly. Not until Google fixes their shit. Sorry, man. Nothing I can do about it. I wish there was. Nothing I can do about that. I sent the link to a whole bunch of people on Facebook, but apparently nobody else has gotten the link. I have to go on, let's see if I can go on Skype and see if there's anybody awake over there. Most people is asleep at these hours, so. Now it's funny, just prior to me starting this, I had all kinds of people saying, you're gonna do a hangout, you're gonna do a hangout, you're gonna do a hangout. All right, well, I did a hangout, and nobody's coming in. Nobody's coming in. Oh well.
Yeah, I know what that feels like.
They might start filling in.
Well, there ain't nobody on fucking Skype. Holy shit. Skype's deader than a fucking nail. If people are putting me in there, they're putting me in there because I'm not a career politician. So naturally, I'm going to pick a running mate that espouses my beliefs and ideals. And what did George Washington say about political parties? Oh, he said he feared political parties. Did we listen? No. No. We're not even supposed to have political parties, not according to the founders.
I just personally don't know why he picked Pence, because he's going to get Indiana anyway. Indiana always votes red, so he's not even giving him a state.
You know, I mean, if the polls are to be believed, he should get a lot of states that normally wouldn't be conservative states because of his background. The problem is that why in the flying fuck did he pick a career politician when the whole premise of him running is the fact that he's not a career politician? That's a contradiction in terms at minimum. It doesn't make any fucking sense.
I mean, it correlates with what I believe and what it seems like you believe about him not really trying. Like, no. He knows he's not gonna win, or has no plans to.
Well, you know, I mean, if the people were voting for me, you know, and I would do a dick move like getting a career politician as my running mate, that would basically be saying that I'm basically throwing all my supporters under the bus, wouldn't it? Wouldn't I basically be saying that shit? You know, it's well, fuck you, I'm just going to do what I'm going to do anyway. You know? And it's a dick move, man. It's a dick move.
But Trump has always done what he wanted to do regardless of what other people thought. Always.
Right, I mean, but, you know, when you're running for president of the United States, the people are the ones that matter, not the person running, okay? You know, if the people were voting for me instead of Trump, I would be obligated to the people to pick a running mate that espouses not only my beliefs, but the beliefs of the people I represent. That's why you're called a representative. It's because you're representing the people. Okay? That's why you're called a representative to begin with. It's because you're representing the people.
Hey, Vaughn.
Points. What?
Why did you reject me on being your public relations advisor?
Why did I what?
Why did you reject me on being your public relations advisor?
I'm not aware I did.
I'd like to be your public relations advisor.
I haven't picked anybody for anything because I'm no longer running.
I'm saying for you right now.
No, I said I'm no longer running.
I know, I'm saying for your content, your show, your creativity, I want to be.
Oh, I don't need anybody for that. My show's not big enough to warrant a team. You know.
Yeah, we need to rebrand you though.
If for some unknown strange reason my show would suddenly take off and I would start getting millions and millions of views, then yes, I would need moderators. I would need all kinds of
Well, I'll give you for instance. I was seeing one of Armpit's videos, Armpit, whatever the fuck his name is.
Right.
And it had you like argue a secular opinion. Like at that point in time, you should have just been like, boom, I'm done. You know what I'm saying? Don't even engage that guy. You know what I mean?
I'm having difficulty hearing you. Where are you at?
I'm in a tin can, like, remember? I was in a tin can.
It sounds like it, and it sounds like the tin can's getting sealed up and you in it.
I'll talk to you about it in a minute. I gotta do something to work with it.
Yeah, you're gonna have to get out of that tunnel or whatever's going on, because I'm having a hard time hearing you. But now, Sean, you've known me for a long time. Do you think I'd pull a dick move like that by picking a career politician to be my running mate?
Hypothetically speaking, I don't think you would. But if it's the right politician, I don't see a problem putting them on a cabinet or putting them in a position to where they could give advice when it comes to the political spectrum. Because
I don't need their fucking advice. I don't need their fucking advice. Why in the fuck would I want somebody advising me that's got us $19 or $20 trillion in debt and didn't even have the balls to confront Obama about it? Why in the fuck would I want their advice? Why would I want the advice of somebody that has allowed us not one, not two, but 10, count them 10, upside down trade deals that have put us in the fucking poorhouse for the last 30 fucking years? Why in the fuck would I want their advice? I don't want their fucking advice. I don't want them anywhere around me. I don't want any career politicians in fucking office. When I go this November to vote, I'm voting everybody out of fucking office. Why? Because we're in the fucking shitter. That's why. I don't want the same people back in office again. I want all new people in office so that hopefully maybe we can get our fucking ass out of this mess that we're in. So no, I don't want their fucking advice. I don't give two shits about their fucking advice. They can fuck off. I don't want their shit. I'm going to, if I run, I'm running as somebody that represents the people, not Wall Street, not fucking the bankers, not the fucking whatever. I'm representing the people. And this whole thing just fucking pisses me off, man. It just stinks. It just stinks to high heaven. I had such high hopes for this shit. And now I've been fucking let down, man. I feel like a Bernie supporter. Because they got the same thing basically done to them. But it pisses me off, man. I wanted real change, and I'm not going to get it. It's a fucking shot. It's a fucking facade. It's a fucking lie.
Yeah, I liked Bernie.
I wanted real change. Well, I don't want us going socialist. Holy fuck, we'd lose our constitution, we'd lose our rights and everything. I don't want us going socialist.
I think we would just amend our constitution.
But the Bernie people have a point. They wanted real change. I wanted real change. I thought that we would get real change through Trump. Well, obviously we're not, because Trump's VP is a career politician, and now I'm hearing he's appointing career politicians on his staff. Okay, so we're not going to get real change from Donald Trump, like I originally thought we would. And that disappoints me. That is upsetting to me. But there's not a damn thing I can do about it, except sit here in a Google Hangout and piss and moan about it. Because I can't run myself. I don't have the money, okay? I don't have the fucking money. The most I can do is be a write-in candidate this November. Well, whoop-de-fucking shit. That ain't nothing, right? The last time I was a write-in candidate, I got 365 votes. Now, don't misunderstand me. You guys that voted for me in 2012 as a write-in candidate, I appreciate your vote. I do. But 365 votes out of millions of votes needed, well, that's not really much of nothing, is it? No. So, you know. But I thought it was kind of neat that I got a vote for every day of the year. I thought that was kind of cool, you know. But, I mean, it's not a drop in the bucket. You know, you need millions and millions and millions of votes, and that didn't happen. So, you know, there's no point in running for 2016 because I'm just not going to get the votes, man. I'm not going to get the votes.
I mean, you'd be competing with campaigns like Hillary Clinton raised $313 million. Was averaged. It was 9 million donors at a little over $30. Bernie Sanders had 8 million donations.
I don't care how much money they have. Word of mouth will always be the best seller. It will far exceed anything else. Word of mouth is always going to be your best seller. And if people knew that I was the real deal and that I wasn't just a fucking fake, like all these. I mean, look at Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders gets in front of a fucking stage and gets behind a podium on a stage, says, yeah, I'm an outsider. And I'm like, say what? Motherfucker was a goddamn congressman and senator before I was even born. This some bitch is going to get up here and say he's an outsider? No, that's a fucking lie. You know?
Well, he was saying he's an outsider because of how he's voted on.
Well,
you go back and look at what he's voted on, he very much was for the people. All the way back.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
He was one of few senators who voted not to go to war after 9/11. He did not like our operation in Libya against Gaddafi.
No, because we were working at the behest of Rockefeller and Rothschild when we went into Libya. That's obvious.
So that's what he meant by him being an outsider.
That's obvious. Yeah, but he's still a career politician and he can't be fucking trusted. And I tried to tell that to people and they just, right over their heads.
Hey, Vaughn, can you hear me?
I can hear you, yes.
Yeah, I had to do something at work, but what I was saying is that you need a public relations advisor to tell you when you need to, like, get out of the situation. Like, remember that video, that armpit recorded of you, of you arguing with secular opinion?
Vaguely.
It was posted. It was recent Google Hangout and audio, and secular opinion.
I remember jumping secular shit. So what?
No, I mean, he made you look like a fool. You know what I mean? You can't let people do that to you. You know what I mean? You gotta.
He didn't make me look like a fool. He didn't make me look like a fool. This asshole was running Google Hangouts, talking shit about me, my wife, and my children. He doesn't have a fucking leg to stand on. All right, he can say whatever he wants. I don't give a fuck what he says. The truth is still the truth.
But the thing is like
he sponsored Google Hangouts to disparage me, my wife, and my children, and to run my family into the ground. That is not in dispute. That is an absolute fact. Okay?
You remember
he supports these assholes. Now, wait a minute. The fact that he supports these assholes, when they got on Skype and plotted to destroy my family and my marriage, which unfortunately they succeeded in doing, that says all I need to know about secular opinion, now doesn't it?
All right, Vaughn. You remember the last time you did a hangout and how much fun you had? You were smiling. You're having a good time with people that were like-minded, that are cool with you. That you can.
Yes, I've learned the hard way not to get my hopes up about that shit.
What does that mean?
It means exactly what I said it means.
Because of the sniping? I mean, that's unfortunate.
No, because it seems like every time I think I'm finally going to get some relief and some relaxation, it never ends up being. So.
Well, that's true, but that's life. But like this guy Sean, I mean, obviously, you know, y'all are having a good little conversation with each other. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, you should embrace that and be with people that are like-minded like yourself, and instead of getting baited into arguments with people that try to make a fool out of you.
My old Stickam show I had atheists, I had Christians, I had Jews, I had pagans. We all got along. My mods were atheist and pagan and Jew, and Christian, and we all got along. We all had, we were all friends. Those Stickham shows, those initial Stickham shows that I had were fucking awesome. And what happened? What happened to those shows? A bunch of trolls come in, got us all hating each other and fighting each other, and it all went to shit, didn't it?
Yeah,
So,
but you're the owner of this chat room, so you can easily moderate it.
Well, I can't moderate people being influenced by other people. I can't moderate that. Particularly when we're doing it outside of my purview. Right?
Also, I'll say this. Me and Vaughn has known each other a long time, and Vaughn's typically a conservative. He has conservative views, and I'm as liberal as it gets. And I'm atheist. He believes in, what is it? Is it called Judeo-paganism? Is that what it is?
Well, it would be Christo-paganism.
Okay, Christo-pagan. And I don't believe that Jesus actually even walked the planet. But me and Vaughn, even though we disagree, we've never gotten into pissing contests. We've never yelled at each other. And most people set out with the intent to be hostile automatically. And I wish people weren't like that, because, we could have good shows if people would respect each other's boundaries, and people typically don't.
Well, I'm just saying that Vaughn actually has people that listen to him that are like notable, and when they see him get in these situations where people are poking at him and stuff like that, you know what I mean, and getting him riled up and raging and stuff like that.
I'll tell you what. Above the limits. Here's how you do this. You write a letter to Google or YouTube.
It's a litmus mode.
Right. Well, here's what you do. You write a letter to YouTube and Google and tell them to enforce their terms of service. That's all you got to do. If they would just enforce their terms of service, the laws that are already on the books, none of this shit would be happening.
Well, that's why I think you need a public relations advisor.
Unfortunately,
you need to be reminded to get out of that situation.
Unfortunately, YouTube and Google, for whatever reason, have decided not to enforce their terms of service regarding myself and my war with these trolls and haters.
Yeah, but you're not the first person, Vaughn. This is something that all YouTubers of all audience,
if YouTube and Google would have enforced their terms of service years ago, I might not even be divorced today. Okay? But YouTube and Google chose, keyword there, chose not to enforce their terms of service regarding my haters here on their service. All right? Had they done so, they might not have been able to applauded what they did and been able to do what they did. But they did, because YouTube and Google dropped the ball.
Yeah, but, those guys are just scumbags. I've always said they are. You know what I mean? And, here recently, they're, feuding with Dr. DeSant, that supposedly his dick pics got leaked out when obviously it wasn't him. And, but, that's what he deserves, of course. You know what I'm saying? Because he's an asshole himself. But, those guys, turned on each other,
Well, that's well and good, but that still doesn't answer the question. Why did YouTube and Google not enforce their terms of service regarding my situation? Is it really a matter of is there somewhere in the YouTube terms of service that allows people to make
yeah, but Vaughn, that's the biggest problem that all YouTubers are facing. It's not just you.
Where is it in the YouTube terms of service where they are allowed to create an account solely for the purpose of stalking, harassing, defaming, and down clicking every one of my videos, and me personally, and my wife and my children. Where is it said in the YouTube terms of service that they can get on here, use their service to literally destroy someone's marriage and get away with it? Where? It isn't in there. It ain't in Google's terms of service either. Okay, so why is YouTube sitting on their hands, letting these sick motherfuckers not only do it to me, but now I hear through the grapevine that they're going to be doing it to other families as well? Because, I mean, hey, what they did to me was a smashing success.
Vaughn, you said some pretty despicable things about your wife, dude, and like people disapprove of it, and you should.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry,
learn from it.
you know, when somebody cheats on you, you know, what are you going? What am I supposed to say? Am I supposed to say that's a good thing? No.
I don't think she cheated on you, dude.
Yes, you did. Yes, she did.
But it's still
So
a
did my
private
first wife,
affair.
ironically.
It's still a private affair.
So did my
it
first
should've-
wife, ironically.
It shouldn't have been brought to your YouTube. You know what I mean?
I think I need to wave off white folk, because every time I get a white chick, she cheats on me. I need to try something else.
You're gonna get a black girl.
Yep.
You're gonna get a sequita.
I'm thinking. Or
What
white,
type of name is she gonna be? Sequita.
Because white chicks, I mean, every white chick I've had has cheated on me. Every one of them, literally. Even the ones I was dating. I don't know why that is. Why the fuck is that? So yeah, I'm try somebody else, man. Black, Asian, Latino, don't matter. I don't give a shit as long as it ain't white. Because it seems like all the white chicks want to do is cheat. It's like, what the fuck, man? You know, try somebody else. Maybe I get better luck. Because that, you know, I don't know. I guess maybe it's, you know, I'm chalking it up to just bad luck, man. Maybe I just have bad luck.
It's just a bump in the road, Vaughn. That's part of life.
No, it ain't just a bump in the road either, because I ain't no young chicken, you know. I mean, I'm going to be 53 this October. If I want to have a family, I better get my ass in gear, because, you know, times are running out for me. You know, I'm not getting any younger.
But doesn't your wife suffer from like some, you know, form of like, you know, depression or anything like that? I mean,
Well, she has
mind.
she has anxiety attacks and shit like that. Yeah, she has problems. Yeah, she does. She has problems. But I mean, you know, I don't know what problem is. Well, she's a hoarder. She's a borderline hoarder, and she wants to cheat. You know, and she doesn't understand that you don't do that shit. But that's all right. That says, you know, I'm divorced from her now. She's no longer my wife, and, you know, she can do whatever she wants now. If she wants to hang out with another guy, that's her prerogative now. She's divorced from me. And besides, that's what I heard happened anyway. She's hooked up with some other guy now.
Well, Vaughn, this is what I wanted to talk to you about, okay? You've always wanted to build a website. You're pretty handy with computers and stuff like that, and imagery and shit like that. Like, wait, have you ever heard of Squarespace? And don't bring up any other website builders, because Squarespace is like premium shit. Like, they have all the tools that you need to make like a badass website. It's just like $30 a month, and like you could do it all yourself. You wouldn't need nobody, and you'd be the admin.
$30
a month. $30 with your Patreon once it gets popping. You know what I mean?
Well, that's the thing. My PayPal and my Patreon are not hopping. So, I mean, that's the end of that, you know.
Because you said you didn't, that's what I'm saying, you need a public relations advisor, dude. You said things that, like, you know, talking about you need a new computer. You have a computer, okay? That's something that you can work on. But what I'm talking about is, like, your website, $30 a month to host your website, you know, $160 to keep your internet on. You know what I mean? Small things first. You know what I mean?
Right.
Not a $2,000 computer. You know what I mean?
Well, like I said, though, we're nowhere near any of that. You know, it's not even close. So, I mean, not even close. So that's the end of that. That's the end of it.
But if you do get
now I got some person out there named Pat. I don't know who the fuck this person even is, but they're named Pat. They're out there saying, yeah, we're gonna get rid of his Google AdSense. We're gonna call the government and get his Google AdSense taken away from him, and we're gonna get the food stamps taken away from his kids. And did you see that video? This person named Pat out there making some kind of video.
I thought she liked you.
Saying gonna get my food stamps taken away from my kids and get my Google AdSense taken away from me, and you know, if I'm getting Social Security, gonna try and get that taken away. Oh, it's you ought to watch her video. It is a she, by the way. It kind of looks like a he, but no, it's not. It's a she, and she is she's in this Google Hangout saying, you know, how she's contacted the government and is trying to get what little bit of money I do get taken away from me, and trying to get the food stamps taken away from the kids. Well, that's child endangerment right there. That's child endangerment. So this person better be careful what the fuck they're doing, because they'll be the ones going to jail, not me, if that shit keeps up. Because that's clear child endangerment. Trying to take food away from my children is child endangerment, and I will not stand for it. But yeah, you know, that's the type of mentality that I'm having to deal with. And where is YouTube? Where is Google? You know, somebody gets up there and tells everybody in the world, because this goes out over the whole world, telling everybody in the whole world, yeah, call the government and get Vaughn's food stamps taken away from his kids, and get his Google AdSense taken away from him, and, you know, whatever other money he might be getting, get that taken away from him.
Vaughn, Google and YouTube is based off of an algorithm. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no customer service phone number that you can call.
No, there's no way to contact customer service. I know this, but that's not the point.
It works in your favor also that way.
But they still have a duty and an obligation to enforce their terms of service. Clearly, a video that tells people to try and get me in trouble with the government and to try and get my food stamps and my money taken away from me is a clear violation of Google and YouTube's terms of service. So where the fuck is Google and YouTube? Why haven't they chastised this individual or banned their account or deleted their videos? No, they haven't, have they?
We just established that it's based off of an algorithm, so they're not anywhere to be found.
Well, whatever.
Has your channel been taken down, Vaughn? I mean, you're still up and running, dude.
I am, but that's not the point.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, but that's still not the point. The point is that their channel is the one that's supposed to be taken down. Has it been taken down? No. And in fact, Secular Opinion got his old channel reinstated after all the bullshit he's done to me. Okay, so that, you know, I mean, the motherfucker gets on YouTube and tries to literally steal my intellectual property. And YouTube actually did the right thing. They actually banned his account over it, because that's intellectual theft. All right, to YouTube's credit, they actually banned his fucking account over it. But what did they do? They turned around and give his fucking account right back to him again. So they didn't, you know, it didn't do no good. I mean, Secular Opinion broke the law, literally broke the law, and YouTube did the right thing at first, but then they backpedaled on the whole damn thing. All right, so it didn't do no good. Didn't do any fucking good.
How long was his main channel banned?
Not very long. Not very long at all. Maybe a few weeks.
I was just curious to see if they perhaps, like, you get caught with an ounce of marijuana, you get 3 to 8 years. If you get caught doing something on YouTube, they give out a punishment based on weeks, months, or whatever. That's what I was curious about.
Well, yeah, that's. I mean, he literally lied and tried to steal my intellectual property, and YouTube actually did do the right thing. They banned his account, but then they turned around and gave it right back to him. So I mean, You know, apparently YouTube is saying, hey, you know, go out here and claim somebody else's intellectual property. It's okay. We'll let it ride. I mean, that's basically what they're saying, isn't it? Yeah, that's basically what they're saying. Because, I mean, they didn't keep his account permabanned. They let him get his account back. So apparently they don't give a shit about people's intellectual property, I guess. I don't know. I have to assume that. You know, he committed theft. He committed intellectual theft. And he should have lost his account over it. According to YouTube's own terms of service, and that's what I've been saying. You know, if YouTube would simply enforce their own terms of service, half of the shit that has happened to me would not have happened. It wouldn't have. It just wouldn't have, because YouTube would have been on their ass saying, okay, why did you make this video? What has Von Helton done to you to cause you to do this shit? You know, that's the big question. You know, the big question, the big elephant in the room is, what has Von Helton done to these people to warrant their activity? The answer is, I haven't done shit to these people. I didn't even know they existed until they jumped my ass. You know, I didn't know these people from Adam. You know, so they have no excuse for doing what they're doing, none. But yet YouTube won't put their feet to the fire. They won't. And until YouTube actually starts enforcing their terms of service, ain't nothing going to go anywhere. Now, I just got a letter from YouTube right now where I have to explain, you know, why I've filed a complaint. You know, here's somebody using my intellectual property without my consent, but yet I have to explain to YouTube exactly whereabouts in the video it is, and why I don't feel like they have a, you know, instead of going back through my records and pulling up where Kentucky state law clearly states that I have a right to protect my intellectual property here in the state of Kentucky, particularly live shows in particular, you know, but you know, instead of just going back there and pulling that up and reading it again and saying, yeah, but, you know, well, Von Helton is justified in his actions, they can't do that. And so now I've got to explain it to them all over again. You know, I don't understand that at all. That makes no sense. You would think they would keep that shit on record. You know, Kentucky state law is pretty damn clear. It's not, you know, it's not full of these and thous and those. It's in plain English, so you can understand it. And it clearly states that I have a right to my intellectual property, bar none. Okay? If people want to use my shit, they must ask me permission, particularly my live shows. I don't know what the difference is between live and studio, but, you know, Kentucky done it that way. I guess they just put more emphasis on live shit. I don't know. Point is, you have to ask my permission. That's the Kentucky state law. And since I'm a victim,
my phone's about to die. I'll talk to you.
Yeah, it sounds like it's about to die, man, because you keep getting weaker and weaker and weaker. So yeah, so I'll talk to you later.
Add me on Skype.
All right. But yeah, I mean, you know, it's ridiculous. It is. It's ridiculous. None of this shit that's happened to me had to happen if YouTube and Google had simply enforced their own terms of service. It wouldn't have happened. But they sat on their hands and let this shit happen. Why? I do not know. I guess I'm going to have to find out.
Today?
Yeah. In fact, I'll do better than that. Hang on a second.
My muscle relaxers are not in my bag.
Let me get my globe down here, because it's better to show it. Because if I talk about it, people will be like, "Huh, what are you talking about?" But if I can actually show you, it's better. It's better if I have props, right? It's better if I have props. All right. Here's the globe. There's Argentina. All right. Now, here in the corner of my video is the Polaris star. All right. Now, the Polaris star is millions and billions and billions and billions of light years away, allegedly. But anyway, the Polaris star is a fixed location, which is up here. Okay, it's not down here. It's certainly not down here underneath the Earth. No. The Polaris star is up here. All right. Now, again, here's Argentina way down here. Right. Okay. Now, the Polaris star is up here. Argentina's way the fuck over here. How in the fuck is Argentina seeing the Polaris star? Isn't the Earth in the way? Isn't it in the way? Yeah.
Well, no, because during the day, at night, you can see the Polaris, the northern star, but they're also able to see it at their nighttime. They can't see it when you're seeing it because they're on the other side of the planet. But once the Earth rotates,
okay, let's do this then. All right, we'll rotate it around here. Okay, there it is. All right, we got to keep it level though. All right, here it is, down. Whoops, where's my finger? Down here. All right, Polar star's up here. Still got the fucking Earth in the way. Not as much, admittedly, but you
no,
still
man. the reason why.
That's
still in the way,
hilarious.
bud.
No,
You still got the Earth in the way.
It's not in the way as much as it was. You're right, but it's still in the way because Polar star's up here.
God.
All right, Earth's still in the way. Even if Argentina's on this side, where the star is, you're still not going to be able to see it because the Earth's in the way.
If I may,
Vaughn knows science.
when you're talking
For
about
sure.
space and the distances that stars are,
Right, but it doesn't matter because the angle of attack is such that the Earth is still going to be in the way, no matter what side of the planet, happens to be facing it.
if you're on the other side of a stop sign, can you still see moonlight? If you're just looking at a stop sign, you're 10 feet away from a stop sign, but you're looking right at it. Can you still see the light from the moon behind it?
Perhaps.
Yes.
But-
The answer is yes.
But the Polaris star is you are physically unable to see the star because the star's up here. It's up here. It's not down here. It's not over here. It's way the fuck up here where Argentina is way.
Oh, fuck, man. This guy is retarded. Absolutely retarded. He has no idea of dimension. He has no idea of how space actually works, how small the Earth really is with respect to the distance from Polaris or any star. This guy he's thick. So, I don't think there's anyone watching. Too bad. But I think this is a good format. So this is if you're going to be watching, obviously watching in the future, or if you're watching right now, you'll have to catch up. But I think we're going to have cafes like this on a daily basis. Come on in. And perhaps I'll be, I like the format of actually having some kind of a reaction or something going on. In this particular case, it's Vaughn Helton from way back, not that far back, but he is very entertaining, although I don't agree with virtually anything he says. Probably maybe 1% I would agree with, coincidentally. So remember, the link is in the side chat. The link is in the description to join the cafe. Come on in.
Do it for everybody. I don't want to send it out to everybody because who's to say that the trolls aren't in my circle on Google Plus? Well, they probably are. Okay, so if I send out a global private message, what's going to happen? The trolls are going to get the damn thing anyway. I don't want that. Okay. But I will Google this. How to send a private message on Google. Let's see. Sending a private message on Google is like sharing a public message, but you simply adjust the audience with whom it's shared to only include one or more specific recipients. You can easily share messages and links, photos, and sure. Okay, I gotta sign in. Click on the apps menu at the top right of your screen. The apps menu on the top right of the screen. Okay. Then select Google Plus from the menu that appears. Then select Google Plus from the menu that appears. Google Plus from the menu that appears. This box automatically populated with text saying what's new with you. Simply click on this box to begin to send your message. Okay. Okay. Yeah, but see, once again, that's a global send, and I don't want a global send. It's business stuff. Okay, I will try that and see what happens. But I don't think that's going to work. I will try it. Because that seems like, no, that's public extended circles. All right. Okay.
Isn't this the most painful thing you've ever watched? So here you go. This is going to be the end of part 1, okay? Because how long has he been broadcasting for now? Yeah, pretty much 2 hours. Enough of Von Helton.
It's not letting me.
2-hour chunks of Von Helton is enough.
It's not letting me do it.
So
for some reason, I don't know why.
I'll leave the room open, and if
no
one joins in the next 60 seconds, I'll close it down, but I'll open it again either tomorrow or next time.
Okay, there we go. All right. Okay, there we go. Now I sent it to those on my friends list. So we'll see what happens. We'll see if anybody gets it. If you're on my friends list, you should have got it. Problem is that I know I got trolls and haters on my friends list too. That's the problem.
Idiot, that's it. Because you're an idiot. You've proved over and over again, Von Helton. He's about to lose everything. There you go. I'm going to stop it right there and carry on with part 2 next time. We'll see then. Let's get some music to scream us out. One minute, baby.